Hello, good morning po. I'm Mary Shaiplin Masagan from Golden Oil Exchange po. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Representative from Golden Oil Exchange. So first to be open is the for contract ID number PR 2024-10-0140, an ABC of 384,000. This is the purchase of contract title is the purchase of gasoline for use of various equipment vehicles assigned at maintenance section. We have three prospective bidders who submitted their bid proposal for this particular contract ID. Number one is GMS Gasoline Station. Second is Upland Oil Incorporated. And third is Golden Oil Exchange. First is we open the bid proposal submitted by GMS Gasoline Station. Again. Yes, Engineer Warren Liwalo to read for us, open for us the bid proposal of those prospective bidders.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning to each and everyone. Now we start with the opening of the bid proposal submitted by JMS Gasoline Station for contract ID PR 2024-10-0140, which is the purchase of gasoline for use in the operation of various equipment, vehicles assigned at maintenance section. The bid proposal was received at the Procurement Unit Office on October 21, 2024 at 8:05 a.m. So for GMS Gasoline Station, first we have the request for quotation, certificate of PhilJEPS registration, platinum membership, valid until February 6, 2025. We have the business permit, valid until December 31, 2024. DTI certificate of registration, valid until October 5, 2028. Tax clearance, valid until January 30, 2025. Annual income tax return, auditor's report, omnibus sworn statement, an affidavit stating that Jaime Tarnate Sakiting, of legal age, married, Filipino, and residing at Agbanawag, Tabuk City, Kalinga, after having been duly sworn in accordance with law, do hereby depose and state that Jaime Tarnate Sakiting is the sole proprietor of or authorized representative of JMS Gasoline Station with office address at Procforb, Kalanan, Tabuk City, Kalinga. That as the owner and sole proprietor or authorized representative of JMS Gasoline Station, Jaime Tarnate Sakiting has the full power and authority to do, execute, and perform any and all acts necessary to participate in the bidding for 20 uh, for 24 or PR 2024-10-0146. That JMS gasoline station is not blacklisted or barred from bidding by the government of the Philippines or any of its agencies, offices, corporations, or local government units. Foreign government or foreign or international financing institution whose blacklisting rules have been recognized by the GBPB. That each of the documents submitted in satisfaction of the bidding requirement is an authentic copy of the original, complete, and all statements and information provided therein are true and correct. That JMS gasoline station is authorizing the HOP or its duly authorized representative to verify all the documents submitted. The matter is not related to the HOP, members of the BAC, TWG, the BAC Secretariat, the head of the Project Management Office or end user unit, and the project consultants by consanguinity or affinity up to the third civil degree. That JMS gasoline station complies with existing labor laws and standards. That JMS gasoline station is aware of and has undertaken responsibilities as a bidder. That JMS gasoline station did not give or pay directly or indirectly any commission, amount, fee, or in form of consideration, pecuniary or otherwise, to any person or entity or official, personal, or representative of the government in relation to any procurement project or activity. That in case advance payment was made or given, failure to perform or deliver any of the obligations and undertakings in the contract shall be sufficient grounds to constitute criminal liability for swindling or the commission of fraud with unfaithfulness or abuse of confidence through misappropriating or converting any payment received by a person or entity under an obligation involving the duty to deliver certain goods or services to the prejudice of the public and the government of the Philippines pursuant to Article 315 of Act Number 3815 series of 1930 as amended or the revised penal code. Signed, Jaime Tarnate Sakiting and duly notarized for JMS gasoline station. Certificate of Field Jobs Registration, Platinum Membership, valid until February 6, 2025. And the Certificate of Mayor's Permit, valid until December 31, 2024. And Certificate of DTI Certificate of Registration, valid until October 5, 2028. Masa ikaw, no?
Thank you, Sir Warren. Seems that JMS gasoline passed the preliminary examination as to the checklist provided for them. So let's proceed to the second bidder, which is the Upland Oil Incorporated. So again, as Engineer Warren Liwalio to open for us the bid proposal of Upland Oil Incorporated for PR 2024-10-0140.
Thank you, sir. The bid proposal submitted by Upland Oil Incorporated for 2024-10-1040 purchase of gasoline for use in the operation of various equipment, vehicles assigned at maintenance section was received at the Procurement Unit Office on October 21, 2024 at 9:31 a.m. For the bid proposal submitted by Upline Oil Incorporated, we have the request for quotation, certificate of field jobs registration valid until November 8, 2024. Mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2024. Income tax return, annual income tax return, omnibus sworn statement, an affidavit stating that Reyna S. Sabiano of legal age, married Filipino and residing at Magsaysay, Tabuk, Kalinga, after having been duly sworn in accordance with law, do hereby depose and state that Reyna S. Sabiano is the duly authorized and designated representative of Upland Oil Incorporated with office address at Bulao, Tabuk City, Kalinga. That Reyna S. Sabiano is granted full power and authority to do, execute, and perform and all acts necessary to participate in the bidding for PR number 2024-10-0140, that Upland Oil Incorporated is not blacklisted or barred from bidding by the government of the Philippines or any of its agencies, offices, corporations, or local government units, foreign government or foreign or international financing institution whose blacklisting rules have been recognized by the GPPB. That each of the documents submitted in satisfaction of the bidding requirement is an authentic copy of the original, complete, and all statements and information provided therein are true and correct. That Upland Oil Incorporated is authorizing the HOPE or its duly authorized representative to verify all the documents submitted. That none of the officers, directors, and controlling stockholders of Upland Oil Incorporated is related to the HOPE, members of the BAC, TWG, BAC Secretariat, the head of the Project Management Office or the end user unit, and the project consultants by consanguinity or affinity up to the third civil degree. That Upland Oil Incorporated complies with existing labor laws and standards. That Upland Oil Incorporated is aware of and has undertaken the responsibilities as a bidder. That Upland Oil Incorporated did not give or pay directly or indirectly any commission, amount, fee, or any form of consideration, pecuniary or otherwise, to any person or official, personal or representative of the government in relation to any procurement project or activity. That in case advance payment was given or made, failure to perform or deliver any of the obligations and undertakings in the contract shall be sufficient grounds to constitute criminal liability for swindling or the commission of fraud with unfaithfulness or abuse of confidence through misappropriating or converting any payment received by a person or entity under an obligation involving the duty to deliver certain goods or services to the prejudice of the public and the government of the Philippines pursuant to Article 315 of Act Number 3815, Series of 1930 as amended, or the revised penal code. Signed, Reyna S. Sabiano, and duly notarized. That's all for Upland Oil Incorporated. Oh. Beautiful. Check certificate valid until February or registration date February 4, 2010.
Copy of the well, it is there in the
Phil Jeps. Yes, sir. For Upland Oil Incorporated, no attached copy of the SEC registration.
Okay, thank you, Sir Warren. For Upland Oil Incorporated, seems that did not attach a copy of which their uh, SEC certificate or DTI registration. Or the back now rules that it's always a, that's why we are giving them a checklist for them to provide us the copy. Although in spite of it is stated on their PGF certificate, but still it is a requirement for them to submit the copy of their registration. So it seems that Upland Oil is non-complying due to non-submission of the copy of SEC registration or DTI certificate of registration. So ordered. So moving on, let's go to the third prospective bidder, the Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station. So again, may I ask Sir Warren to open for us the bid proposal of Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The bid proposal submitted by Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station for PR number 2024-10-0140, which is the purchase of gasoline for use in the operation of various equipment, vehicles assigned at maintenance section, was received at the Procurement Unit Office on October 21 to 2024 at 9:34 a.m. For Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station, first we have here the request for quotation. Mayor's permit valid until December 12 or December 31, 2024. Certificate of DTI certificate of registration valid until April 4, 2027. Tax clearance valid until October 4, 2025. Annual income tax return. Audited financial statement. Omnibus sworn statement. An affidavit is stating that Marciana Ganaba Taclubao of legal age, married Filipino and residing at Proc 3, Bulano, Tabuk City, Kalinga, is the sole proprietor of Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station with office address at Purok 6, Bulano, Tabuk City, Kalinga. That the owner or sole proprietor of Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station, that as the owner and sole proprietor of Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station, Marciana Ganaba Taclubao has the full power and authority to do, execute, and perform and all acts necessary to participate in the bidding uh, for the for PR number 2024-10-140, that Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station is not blacklisted or barred from bidding by the government of the Philippines or any of its agencies, offices, corporations, or local government units, foreign government, or foreign or international financing institution whose blacklisting rules have been recognized by the CPPB. That each of the documents submitted in satisfaction of the bidding requirement is an authentic copy of the original, complete, and all is information provided therein are true and correct. That Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station is authorizing the Hope or its duly authorized representative to verify all the documents submitted. That the owner or sole proprietor is not related to the Hope, members of the BAC, TWG, BAC Secretariat, the Project Management Office or End User Unit, and the project consultants by consanguinity or affinity up to the third civil. That Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station complies with existing labor laws and standards. That Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station is aware of and has undertaken the responsibilities as a bidder. That Golden Oil Exchange Gasoline Station did not give or pay directly or indirectly any commission, amount, fee, or any form of consideration, pecuniary or otherwise, to any person or official, personnel, or representative of the government in relation to any procurement project or activity. That in case advance payment was made or given, failure to perform or deliver any of the obligations and undertakings in the contract shall be sufficient grounds to constitute criminal liability for swindling or the commission of fraud with unfaithfulness or abuse of confidence through misappropriating or converting any payment received by a person or entity under an obligation involving the duty to deliver certain goods or services to the prejudice of the public and the government of the Philippines. Signed, Marciana Ganaba Taclubao, duly notarized. And that's all for Golden Oil Exchange. For Golden Oil Exchange gasoline station, no. Ay, okay.
Thank you, Sir Warren. For Golden Oil Exchange gasoline station, for their PhilJEPS certificate of registration, they presented on this body receipt, payment of receipt dated 10/8, October 8, 2024 for their renewal of their PhilJEPS registration. So with this, we will be giving the Golden Oil Exchange gasoline station in consideration for the submission of their payment of receipt. We will be giving you 5 days to present to us the original copy of the PhilJEPS registration. Failure to present to us within 5 days means the backward rule that we will not be considering your bid proposal. So take note, the representative of the company. So I think you have enough time for you to present the original copy of the PhilJEPS certificate. So, Miss Golden All, please take note of that. So, Sir Warren, may I ask to read for us the financial bid proposal of GMS gasoline station, and for consideration, we will open also the financial bid proposal of Golden Oil Exchange. So please start with the GMS gasoline station, and followed by Golden Oil Exchange.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For GMS gasoline station, the total of bid offered is amounting to, in words, 381,000 pesos only. Figure 381,000. And for Golden Oil Exchange, the total amount of bid offered for 24 for PR number 2024-10-0140 is amounting to 360,000 pesos only. No, Golden Oil Exchange comply. 360,000 pesos only.
Thank you, Sir Warren. So again, the documents submitted by the prospective bidders shall be all collated and be forwarded to the technical working group for them to further verify the truthfulness, correctness of all those documents submitted in order for them to come up with the resolution recommending award to be approved by the head of the procuring entity. So once again, no more any other. Okay. I think that's all for our scheduled procurement for today, which is the dabay. Okay. May isa pa pala. So we move on to contract ID number PR 2024-10-0146 with an ABC of 648,440 pesos only. Contract title is the furnishing of electrical supplies and hardware materials for use in the fabrication of a giant Christmas tree and decorative elements that will be set up at the rotunda. We have 3 prospective bidders who submitted their bid proposal for this particular contract ID. First is JM Ibanez Enterprise. Second is Marinel's General Merchandise. And lastly is the Pieces General Merchandise. So again, may I ask Engineer Warren Liwaliw to open for us the bid proposal of JM Ibanez. First, the JM Ibanez Enterprise, followed by Marinel's General Merchandise and Pieces General Merchandise.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I'll start with the opening of the bid proposal submitted by JM Ibanez Enterprise for PR number 2024-10-0146, which is the furnishing of electrical supplies and hardware materials for use in the fabrication of a giant Christmas tree and decorative elements that will be set up at the rotunda along with Christmas lanterns for light posts from the rotunda to DPWH LKDO. The bid proposal was received at the Procurement Unit Office on October 21, 2024 at 7:59 a.m. For JM Ibanez Enterprise, first we have the business permit valid until December 31, 2024. DTI certificate of registration valid until June 14, 2028. Certificate of PhilJEPS registration, Platinum membership valid until October 27, 2024. Annual income tax return. Omnibus sworn statement. An affidavit stating that Suelia Jazzer B. Ibanez of legal age, married Filipino and residing at Block 1, Purok Murmuray, Laya East, Tabuk City, Kalinga, is the sole proprietor of JM Ibanez Enterprise with office address at Purok 1, Bulano, Tabuk City, Kalinga. That as the owner and sole proprietor of JM Ibanez Enterprise, Suela Jazzer B. Ibanez has the full power and authority to do, execute, and perform any acts necessary to participate in the bidding for 2024-10-0146. That JM Ibanez Enterprise is not blacklisted or barred from bidding by the government of the Philippines. That each of the documents submitted in satisfaction of the bidding requirement is an authentic copy of the original, complete, and all statements and information provided therein are true and correct. That JM Ibanez Enterprise is authorizing the Hope or its duly authorized representative to verify all the documents submitted. That the owner or sole proprietor is not related to the Hope, members of the BAC, the WG, BAC Secretariat, the head of the Project Management Office or end-user unit, and the project consultants by consanguinity or affinity up to the third civil degree. That JM Ibanez Enterprise complies with existing labor laws and standards. that GM Ibanez Enterprise is aware of and has undertaken the responsibilities as a bidder. That GM Ibanez Enterprise did not give or pay directly or indirectly or any commission, amount, fee, or any form of consideration, pecuniary or otherwise, to any person or official, personal or representative of the government in relation to any procurement project or activity. That in case advance payment was made or given, failure to perform or deliver any of the obligations and undertakings in the contract shall be sufficient grounds to constitute criminal liability for swindling. Signed, Soyla Jazar Ibanez, duly notarized. Next, we have the request for quotation. And that's all for JM Ibanez Enterprise. Number 2024-10-01, which was received at the bid proposal was received at the Procurement Unit Office on October 21, 2024 at 8:06 a.m. For Marinal General Merchandise, first we have the business permit valid until December 31, 2024. And the request for quotation. That's all for Marinal's General Merchandise. Dagam, back to back yung customer kami eh. We have the certificate of field jobs registration valid until November 23, 2024. That's all. That's all for Marinal's General Merchandise.
Thank you, Sir Warren. For Marinel's general merchandise, seems that he did not attach some of the requirements, some of the documents as to the checklist provided for them. It's like the income and business tax returns and DTI surveys, as well as the omnibus statement. So the box declared that the rules that it will declare that Marinel's general merchandise is non-complying due to the non-submission of the some documents as to the checklist provided for them. So let's proceed to PCS general merchandise.
The bid proposal submitted by PCS General Merchandise for PR 2024-10-0146 was received at the Procurement Unit Office on October 21, 2024 at 8:07 a.m. For PCS General Merchandise, we have the mayor's permit valid until December 31, 2024. Certificate of field jobs registration valid until October 27, 2024. We have the request for quotation. That's all for general or for pieces general merchandise.
Again, for pieces general merchandise, pieces general merchandise declares non-complying due to non-submission of pertinent documents needed as to the checklist provided for them. So with this, we now open the financial bid proposal of JM Ibanez Enterprise for contract ID number PR 2024-10-0146. So again, may I ask Engineer Warren Liwali to open for us the financial bid proposal of JM Ibanez Enterprise for this particular contract ID.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The total amount of bid offered by JM Ibanez Enterprise for the furnishing of electrical supplies and hardware materials for use in the fabrication of giant Christmas tree and decorative elements that will be set up for the up to the rotunda along with Christmas lanterns for light posts from rotunda to DPWH is amounting to 646,745 pesos only. 646,745 pesos only.
Thank you, Sir Warren. So, and the document submitted by JM Ibanez Enterprise, the back secretariat is advised to submit all the documents to the technical working group for them to verify the truthfulness and correctness of those documents in order for them to come up with the resolution recommending award for the approval of the head of the procuring entity. Okay, thank you for the to the bidders who attended this and those who are following us on our live stream on our via our YouTube channel. So I think that's all for the scheduled procurement activity, which is the opening of bids for the 3 contract IDs. And this morning, we have a scheduled conference for 2 projects scheduled this day. So I think the chief of the planning is here to represent his people who had prepared the program of works for this particular contracts. So we will start with our pre-bid conference scheduled this day with contract ID number 24PL 0119. This is the second time that this was advertised. The project title is the organizational outcome to protect lives and properties against major floods, construction, maintenance of flood control, flood mitigation structures and drainage systems, construction, rehabilitation of Malagnat, flood control along Salta River, Lipuken section, located at Pinokpok, Kalinga, with an ABC of 96,500,000 pesos only. The contract duration is 231 calendar days. The brief description of the project is the construction of 1,000 meters length flood control structure. This is a gabion structure. The bid opening is scheduled on November 4, 2024. So go to the BOQ, Bill of Quantities. Oh, Here the items of works to be done for this particular projects. Part B, other general requirements. We need here the permits and clearances. ECC dito niya. Permits and clearances and for CNC. And the miscellaneous survey and staking under lump sum. Of course, they needed there the project billboard and signboard, 3 each. Occupational safety and health program under lump sum. And mobilization, demobilization, again under lump sum. So part K is the water supply. Here the water pumping system. Again, this is under lump sum. And part LA, the earthwork, structure excavation, common soil, with a quantity of 13,475 cubic meter. And embankment from Baro, with a quantity of 23,221.23 cubic meter. For part L, B, bank and slope protection works, we have your gabions with a size of 1 by 1 by 2 meters. This is a PVC coated with a quantity of 29,000 cubic meter. Of course, you needed here the filter cloth under item number 1714, close and open parenthesis 3, filter cloth, 8,000 square meter. Any comments, especially from the implementing unit, Sir Warren? You have other queries for the chief of the planning to answer your query so that we will be all enlightened.
The reason why it was not been successful, your first bidding?
Yes.
Yung reason na kinuha mo dito?
Okay, this is this is a second time to be advertised because the last time I think there's no prospective bidders who submitted their intent for this or walang bumili sa bid documents. And and be informed to those, especially those who are to our prospective bidders, that this contract ID is under the unprogrammed appropriation. So we are conducting the procurement activity while waiting for the appropriation to be released. So, part niya, one of the unprogrammed part of the unprogrammed appropriation. So move on to the equipment, major equipments, minimum major equipments needed for this project. So we needed the low bed trailer with prime mover. At least we needed one. Backhoe 2, owned vibratory road roller 1, motorized road grader 1, dump truck we needed 4, at least 2 owned, water truck 1, cargo truck 1, payloader 1, and we needed 4 water pump. And of course, the minimum testing equipment, laboratory equipment, is a requirement under Department Order number 11 series of 2017. Okay. Okay. And to those prospective bidders for the minimum laboratory testing equipment, we advise that only those new contractor that we will be giving consideration for using lease. But to all those mga matagal ng batikan na contractor, you should present a certification that you own this duly signed by the chief of the quality assurance section with the pictures that they have inspected all those equipment to be presented during the bidding. And for the key personnel, the project manager as well as the foreman should have at least 2 years experience. And for the project engineer and materials engineer, all must be DPWH accredited. So we have department orders regarding this. So again, the prospective bidders, we make sure that your project engineer for this particular contract should be a DPWH accredited, as well as your materials engineer. And of course, again, one key personnel needed is the first aider or the safety officer needed at site, should be a duly accredited under Department Order number 35 series of 2021. So without any clarification on this, we move on to the next. This is contract ID number 24PL0129. Project title is the Organizational Outcome 1, ensure safe and reliable national road system asset preservation, preventive maintenance, tertiary roads, Balbalan Pinokpok Road, particularly at the station K0516 plus 200 to K0518 plus 939, and station K0519 plus 053 to K0520 plus 263.065. And this is located at Pinokpok, Kalinga. with an ABC of 77,334,135 pesos. The contract duration is 127 calendar days. The brief description of the project is the construction of 7,922.13 lane kilometer asphalt overlay. Again, the scheduled bid opening for this is scheduled on November 4, 2024. I think for this, we just received the approved modification for correct station. So go to the bill of quantities. So part B, other general requirements. We have here the permits and clearances. Again, for this is, I think this is for the CNC again. And project billboard and board, we 3 each. Of course, here we have needed here the traffic management under lump sum item, and of course mobilization and the occupational safety and health program, again under lump sum, and the mobilization, demobilization. For earthworks, part C. So we have here the removal of actual structure obstruction, existing 230 mm thick PCCP. So we have here a reblocking with a area of 90 square meter. And the surplus excavation, 13.5 cubic meter. Subgrade preparation, common materials, 90 square meter. For part D, this is the sub-base and base course. We have here the aggregate sub-base course for intermittent reblockings, 9 cubic meter. Thickness na 0.10. The thickness 0.10, and surface course. Here we have the emulsified asphalt with a quantity of 26,539.14 square meter. Likewise, with the bituminous concrete surface wearing course, the hot laid, with a thickness of 50 mm, then a square meter of 26,539.14 square meter. For the PCCP, unreinforced, with a thickness of 280 mm, thick at 14 days, over 90 square meter. And for parts H, the miscellaneous structures, for the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white, a quantity of 1,665.30 square meter, and the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow with a quantity of 229.2 square meter. And those are the item of works to be done on that particular project. So move on to the key personnel. The equipment, minimum equipment requirements. Have a low bed trailer with prime mover, 1 unit. Dump truck, we needed 4, at least 2 owned. Payloader 1, water truck 1, cargo truck 1. Needed here backhoe with breaker 1, transit mixer 1, road roller 1, and batching plan is DPWH accredited. We have needed here asphalt paver 1 owned, pneumatic tire roller 1 owned, tandem steel roller we needed 1 owned. For asphalt distributor owned again we needed 1, power broom 1, air compressor 1, And vacuum sweeper 1. Ako nangod eh. Mananda. Asphalt ko ma. Dua. Concrete kin asphalt. Batching plant. Asphalt. Batching plant concrete. Power broom may kadem din. Milling. Ang ay kwatyo sa rin. Again, of course, we needed we added the minimum testing equipment requirement as requirement under Department Order Number 11 Series of 2017. So we have for the key personnel, project manager and foreman should have at least 2 years experience. And again, for the project engineer and materials engineer, must be DPWH accredited. Of course, we needed here the safety officer or first aider at site under Department Order Number 35 Series of 2021. Na. Okay lang ba yan? 7.9? Eh, So, before we will, awanin, nagduma? Correction, Eh, before we end our activity for today, we ask the procurement unit head if he has some announcement. Ma'am Maribik.
So, good morning to everyone, also to those following us on YouTube. Again, the usual reminders that the interested bidders should update their documents at the field jobs and at the civil works application to preclude any delay in the eligibility processing. Also, that the equipment should be supported with the proof of ownership as needed if they are owned, and that the equipments requiring those LTO registration should be updated. That's all, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for those reminders. And I hope that all the prospective will take a note on that. So again, thank you very much to those who are here and those following the panel. Thank you very much for your participation, and I hope to see you at the on the scheduled bid opening of these two projects. And with this, the back chair will now declare that our procurement activity for today is adjourned. Thank you very much once again, and good day. So ordered.